is Malorian, and this will be my battle reports from the Steamroller I just went to. So if you want to see my lists and why I took them, I have a prep video, which will be the video just before this, so go check that one out. Otherwise, when it came to the day, there was one guy I wanted to avoid. His name is Sean Wild, and whenever we play, he has gotten so good with Lilith 2 that he just beats me all the time. Even when I build lists specifically to beat him, I still lose. So I want to dodge him, and what do you know? I got him first thing. So he's running Lilith 2 and Saren. I was very sure he wasn't going to take the Saren because Caine2 would just shoot her dead. Now, my Caine2 list is also designed to deal with Lilith 2, but I thought, you know what? It always fails. I'm going to try and jam him out. So that's what I did. That's what I dropped, and we'll see if it works. So the scenario does not have kill box. It's first to 5. You get 1 for controlling the zone, 2 for dominating, 1 for dominating your close flag, and 1 and 2 for control and dominating their flag. But the interesting thing is that if you dominate the friendly flag, you don't get a point. The other person is minus a point. So this one is actually pretty hard to win by scenario, but at the same time, if Lilith wants to go by the flag, I can set up Stryker to kill her. So I think I can take that off the table and make this work. By the way, what he has in his list is Lilith 2 running 3 Ravagors, a Naga, and a Shredder. There is the Black Frost Shard, there's a Deathstalker, a Forsaken, a Succubus, and 2 Shepherds. So, one of the things I kind of forgot to do, but luckily my opponent was nice and let me do, is do my advanced move with the Storm Blades. Definitely something I always forget. It's like, oh, you know, just a second, let me move these guys. But it's definitely, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I take them is because they really get up there and be part of the jam. So he gets first turn, though, and he's running on up. There's one Ravagor that didn't run and try to get a good deviation, but didn't get it. So there's a 1 Scather there. And really, one of the things I like is that the Forsaken did not take any Fury in. So that lets me just go up and jam all I want, and he won't be able to do anything cool. And, you know, the big explosion. So my plan's pretty simple. Run up as fast as you can and try and jam. So that's what I do. You can see here that I come up pretty fast. I have Rupert putting Tough onto the Sword Knights. I also have Arcane Shield onto them. Deflection is up. And really, what I want him to do now is try and be thrown off by what to do with the feats. Because clearly, he has a lot of options of what he could do. In the past, he likes to just take out heavies. I bunched up the Sword Knights so that they'll be a target. But really, I want him to go after one of those things so that my jam can just continue. Unfortunately, he does not fall for the ruse, and my front rank gets devastated. Part of this is because I totally forgot that he had Bog Trogs. So the Bog Trogs come off from the side of the board. They kill like 3 or something Nis, and then all the shooting starts. And not only did I lose Hawk, did I lose most of my press gangers, good chunk of Sword Knights, a bunch of Nis. I mean, my Nis are down to what, like 3 models now? This is horrendous. So I've lost a lot. And what's even worse is that he has gone and put the Scathers in such a way that I almost can't get anything up. So my whole jam is going to be really slowed down. So this is a problem. One thing that is going to work for me, though, is that to make sure that I did hold this, or that to make sure I don't go after the zone, he put a Ravagor into the zone to help contest it. And that was kind of a mistake because now Rowdy can go after him. I'll take 3 points of damage, totally worth it. So that's what I do. I had like 1 corpse or something I could bring on, but otherwise I give Rowdy 3 focus, decide not to go for positive charge just because I want to camp a little bit more. Rowdy goes in and kills the Ravagor, so that's pretty awesome. Meanwhile, the remaining press gangers go after the Forsaken, but they fail there. I put Tough back onto the Sword Knights. I drop Arcane Shield, and I had put it over to Rowdy, so he has that now. On the right side, I had the Nist go up, and one killed the Deathstalker, one failed against one of the Black Frost Shard, another one kills one of the Bog Trogs. I did not want to dedicate anything to the Bog Trogs, so the 1-point Stormcaller goes over just to engage most of them. I charge in with one of the Bane Thralls that I made from the Risen. It charges in and kills a Bog Trog, and I'm hoping just to kind of like leave them over there. I don't want to deal with them. I need to go forward, so most of my units are just waiting at the Scathers to move. And otherwise, I got Gorman and the Stormblades trying to get up there the best they can. So on his turn, again, pretty deadly for some of the stuff here. The Forsaken kills off one of my press gangers. He goes after Rowdy and actually gets some pretty bad dice. He gets off Kiss of Lilith on me, so it should have done a lot more, but one of the things that really I think was his mistake there is that he did not put up the Naga's Animus. So with Arcane Shield up, it was just still pretty tough for him to do anything. So I still have all my systems. Everything's happy there. He does some shots with the other Ravagore there, and you can see it killed a good chunk of stuff, but, you know, could have been way worse. Shredder goes in just to kind of get in my way. Bog Trogs doing their things, kills a Thrall, kills another Nis. Otherwise, he's able to shoot down Gorman with Lilith, kills a whole bunch of those Sword Knights on the, Stormblades on the right. So now there's just one left. But now I can finally do my thing. Rowdy should be able to kill a second Ravagore. I should be able to kill the few models that are in the zone and start dominating and start putting on the real pressure. So that's what I do. I even use my feet, Rolling Thunder. Allocate the 3 again, drop Arcane Shield so I can put it onto Stryker, because at this point, the last thing I want to have is him die. And I was not able to kill the Forsaken, unfortunately, but I was able to kill the other Ravagore and kill the other models in the zone. Again, couldn't really do anything there on the right with the Bog Trogs, just still holding them up. But yeah, now Tough is on the Risen, and I have dominated for 2, and I'm in a pretty strong spot here because he is super jammed, and I'm kind of all over him. So on his turn, he decides to go for Assassination. He talks about going up on the hill, that he can just see over all my guys. But one of the mistakes that happens is that Lilith goes first and clears out one of the guys that's in front of me to try and make it so that the Ravagore can shoot me. Then the Ravagore goes to shoot, but he decides not to go on the hill. He stays down there, and because of that, the line he draws through can't actually get Stryker. So he had to actually go for something else. I can't remember what's going on, but basically he can't shoot Stryker. Actually, no, what shot that? No, sorry. The one that killed the model in the way was one of the Black Frost Shards with a nice blast thing. Anyway, so after the Ravagore misses, I figure I'm fine. I'm going to live this. But finally, the Naga goes, and the Naga hits me with a poison shot that gets 665. And that does 11 points of damage to me. And all of a sudden, I'm not feeling too good. So up goes Lilith. She goes for her shots, fails. And really, that's it. Because he didn't even bother to try and even contest. He knows that from this point on, it's really over. So I score on his turn. I score on my turn. And I win on scenario. And this was a real sigh of relief because like I said, I really wanted to dodge him. He's a really tough player, and I was just glad that not only did I get the win, but now I don't need to worry about facing him anymore. All right, so second game here. This one will be kind of interesting. His name is Nick Forbes, and he, just before this, played my brother and beat him. So, you know, of course I want to win, but I also want to get some revenge from my brother. In this one here, he had 2 lists, of course, Morvana 2 and also Kruger 2. And one of the comments I made before is actually I've been doing really well against Kruger 2 in this matchup. You know, I'm still seeming to able to pick up the wins, and I mean Kruger 2 can't move my storm walls, and so I was wanting him to do Morvana, and that's what he did. So he drops Morvana. I have Caine. I'm planning just to shoot down his beasts and remove from play and threaten his caster whenever I can. Now, the mission here is not kill box again. You get to get 5. You get 1 for controlling the zone, 2 for dominating. You can destroy the enemy objective for 1, and you can also dominate the right flag for 1 as well. Now, what he has in his list is he has Morvana, he has a Gorax, he has 2 Stalkers, he has the Wolves Oberos with, I believe, the UA. Yeah, it was a UA, it was there. He also has the Skinwalkers with UA. He has 2 of the trees. He has the stones with UA. And I'm sure something else I'm forgetting. But either way, I'm really feeling this is one that's really in my favor. I'm just going to shoot down his beasts, shoot up his other things. Like his Wolves Oberos, they're going to be useless. I'm just going to put up cover fire, and they can't go anywhere. So feeling really good about this game. He does get first turn, which is not good for me, but that's okay. He's really moving on up. He's putting on the Fog of War. Sorry, he also has the Dragoon. There's another model he has. He also has Anissa Rasil or whatever, the little Nis that hates Nis. But anyway, he's kind of just moving up. There's definitely one Stalker that's very far up there in the stones, waiting to do something nasty. I don't think he'll get close enough to get me anyway. But for my part, I just need to get into position. So my turn, I just allocate 1 to each. They're just both going to be running up. I put up True Sight onto myself, Arcane Shield onto the pink one, and the Rangers staying back and nice and defensive. I throw a couple of pods up there just to make them like, sure, go ahead, attack these things. Just, trying to waste his time. So on his turn, he's really coming at me with these wolves and everything else. Really doesn't do any damage to me. He just kills the pods because why not? And otherwise, Morvana is way back there. I can't threaten her at all. But this is the situation. I need to put something in the zone to contest. Now, if I put a storm wall on the very corner of this zone, he can't get to me because he only has an 11-inch threat. As long as Anissa Rasil does not hit me with Hunter's Mark. Now, she is pretty far back, and my own objective is in my way. So that's kind of bad, but I think that if I kind of shift myself to the right, I should be able to get a shot on her. And as well, I'm thinking I'm going to feat this turn, take the left Stalker off, and then all of a sudden, I'm feeling really good for the attrition. So we'll see how that goes. And to be honest, this turn was a huge, huge fail. Really what happens is that I send up the Rangers so that everything is marked and things are in the way. The left storm wall kind of moves up to put a little toe in the zone, puts up the covering fire, does some shots, which I foolishly put them into the wolves when I really should have put them into the skinwalkers. So a bit of a mistake there. Then the Rangers on the right go up. They shoot what they can. The right storm wall goes up. And then I realized that since I kept everything for Caine, I'm not going to hit her because her defense is so high and there's not a Ranger up there to mark her. So that's really bad. Now I know I'm going to get marked, right? So I do what I can, put some more covering fire on this side. And now I know I need one of those Stalkers to go down. So I pop my feet, I go up there, and my dice are just low. They're just low all the way through, and in the end, I have to gate crash away and leave him alive. So that is just horrendous. Now he can get 2 of his guys onto my storm wall, and I'm just hoping now that he'll put Morvana in a spot where I can kill her. So on his turn, he makes a little bit of a mistake. He puts Primal onto one of his Stalkers first before he activates Morvana to purify. So he kind of wastes what's that one called? Sorry, the Primal. So then he just recasts the Primal on the one that's not injured. and then really comes up, hunter's mark, things move up, blah, blah, blah. But basically what it comes down to is that he charges in with both of his stalkers after I'm marked, and I lose a storm wall. So this is bad. This is not what I wanted, because first of all, he's going to control and get 1 point here. My biggest issue is that I can't really get anything really good into the zone. Because again, this stupid objective just being in my way. One of the things that my opponent was really nice to tell me is at first I was wondering what I should do with these stalkers, and he's like, hey man, don't worry about the stalkers. The one's going to frenzy and kill the other one. So, okay, yeah, you're right. You know, thanks for the free advice. So, Morvana is sitting on, I believe it was almost no camp. Like she had maybe camped 1 or something like that. So I'm like, man, if I can just get to her, she's dead. And she is so close for what Caine can deal with. Unfortunately, this huge wreck marker and the objective again, and the fact that those beasts in my way have reach, I just can't get to her. And I spent a lot of time trying to find some way where I'll charge to the side and get an angle. But in all the ways that I did that, I would not be in range, or I'd be engaged by a stalker. So it just does not work. And so I'm just going to have to do my best to try and slow things down and look for an opening later. So that's what I do. I ignore the stalkers. I really just wipe out all the wolves of Oberos so that they can't be feeded back. I kill the tree on the right. In the end, I'm actually going to shift to the right flank. So I'm now going to score because I dominate on the right flag. So it's now going to be 1-1. And as well, I go up and I try and do a little damage to him. I believe I kill 2 of the skinwalkers and really just contest the zone. But yeah, I mean, now Caine is in the open where he can charge over and get to whatever he needs to. So on his turn, he does auto frenzy, of course, and he kills the other stalker. So that was nice. Of course, between all the things he has, he's able to kill off the rangers and stuff I had in the zone. So he's going to move up Morvana and feet, which is going to bring back the 2 skinwalkers and the tree. The tree he's going to use to arc over a spell. At first I thought he might be going for the assassination, but he was actually just trying to kill all the rangers on the right. So he does that, kills up almost all the rangers on the right side. Then she's in there to dominate for 2. The skinwalkers really just run over to contest my flag. So at the end of this one, he's going to be dominating for 2. So it's 3-1. Now, if I could get these skinwalkers out of my way, I could get into the zone with another storm wall, and maybe I can make things work. But the way these guys are with their medium bases, I just can't do that. I can't get in the zone. I know I'm going to lose on scenario if I don't get the kill. She does have a few transfers, but now I'm in the range where I can just walk up and shoot her. And looking at the math, I should be able to kill her because she's also taking some damage as well from all the things she does, like feet and everything else. So that's what I do. Really, I take the last one from the Squire. I drop all upkeeps. I put Arcane Shield on myself just in case. A couple, like the Rangers, walk up to, or run up to mark her and all the rest of it, get inside the zone. One of the dumb things I did is the one that ran up there didn't go inside the zone. I was just kind of worried. I think she has reach or something, so I just didn't want to worry about that. But he should really be in the zone too. But anyway, I was like, I got this. I kill one of the skinwalkers with a storm wall to make sure I'm not taking 1 free strike. The other one does a free strike, but I'm camping 7, so I take no damage. And then I go for it, and I start shooting. Now, my feet's already gone, but, you know, she doesn't have very high armor. I'm needing 4s, I think, to hit her. I got this. Well, I missed 2 shots and leave her on 3. And then I knew that's it. So really all she needs to do is clear out the zone, dominate, and gets the win. So, oh, I mean, this is one of these games. It was a great game. It was a great opponent. He was really friendly, really, you know, strong and clean player. But it's one of these ones where I have to look back and irk myself because, you know, first of all, the misplay where really what I should have done is instead of the 1 Okay, here's a couple of things I should have done differently. One, both storm walls should have been shifted more to the left to go after the zone, as so much more of going up more the middle. I mean, sending the one storm wall off to the right to try and kill a model and I don't even give the focus to it, that was just really, really dumb. What I should have done more then is either just, use Caine to kill her, or, I just focused on the left side, make sure that one stalker dies. I had some bad dice in this one, but, either way, dice were kind of an issue, but it was still a really great game. Like, I can't take the win away from my opponent. He had a great, his list composition was great, did what it was supposed to, and he got the win. So, unfortunately, I did not avenge my brother. I'm not going to be able to win the tournament now. So, all I can try and do is get second place, maybe? All right, so now going into the third game, it's up against a guy named Dorian and his Scorn. Now, his Scorn list was either going to be Zal, which was tiered 4, or Xerxes, which was tier 2. Now, looking at that, with all the insinuari guys and things, I didn't want to go for the jam, especially because with this big zone here, it's really hard to keep them out. So I didn't want to go for that. So I was going to have to go with Caine, really hoping he was not going to drop not drop Xerxes, because sometimes all that meat is just too much to get through. So luckily he dropped Zal, so I was feeling really good about that. By the way, this mission now will be kill box. 5 points. You get 1 for controlling the zone, 2 for dominating. You can get 1 for killing the enemy objective, and it also has priority. So if you don't kill it and you're within control range of the enemy one, you can't dominate. So that really shouldn't be too big of a deal here. I'm pretty sure I'll be going for assassination or attrition, so we'll see how it goes. For his list, like I said, it's a tier 4, and man, he just had a lot of stuff here. He had Zal running the Cannoneer and the new Raider. He also has the Shaman back there. He has 3 Ancestral Guardians and the special one. He also gets the Kovas to start. He has 2 units of the Immortals. He has 2 of the Soul Wards. And he also has Adeptus Marketh, or whatever his name is, too. So I finally win first turn, which is awesome. And I just really allocate 1 to each, run up. I have no reason to be having any of my upkeeps, so I just wait to see what he offers to me. All right, so in his turn, really the Cannoneer goes up, tries to take a shot, but it scatters the wrong way, and then he just kind of comes at me. All of his stuff really rushing up here towards, all of his thing gets him a whole crap ton of souls, and really the biggest thing I saw is first I was like, okay, well, how am I going to kill these guys? How am I going to set up my attrition? Because he's pretty spread out. And then I realized, whoa, Zal came up really close, cast out a couple of spells, and was only camping 2. And I'm pretty sure that I'm within walk up and shoot distance. The only issue to that is that Ancestral Guardian, which is right where I want to be with reach. So I'm going to have to kill him, but otherwise, this looks like a pretty easy win. So all I do is I put the focus onto the storm wall. It actually gets a free charge from the objective, so I charge in there, kill him, and then Caine comes up, pops feet, and pew, 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 pew. One of the rule things that came up here is that he first transferred to one of his beasts that died, and when it actually died, then he's like, okay, then I'm going to go and I'm going to read the Fury to get more transfers. But no, it doesn't work like that. So there you go. It was a really fast win, and it was so fast we said, screw it. Okay, that game's done. Let's just do another one for fun. So we re-racked things up. We did re-roll for first turn and sides and stuff, and it was the same thing. I won first turn. He picked that side, and now we'll see how it goes different. So I get first turn, the same type of things happen. He gets the next turn, and the same type of things happen. And then on my turn, this is where things change a bit. So I was still pretty sure we put Zal that I could charge up and get to him, but we're not going to go for that. Instead, what I did is I really want to kill these Ancestral Guardians. If you kill the Kovas first, he'll just come back. So I want to kill as many of those Ancestral Guardians as I could. So between my shooting, I was able to kill 2 of them, one of them being the special character one, so that was great. Otherwise, a lot of my stuff is staying back, a lot of cover fires are out, and yeah, just waiting to keep up the attrition. So on his turn, he's really just trying to get around the best he can. The Cannoneer takes a shot at the objective, does some damage there, some pretty good damage. Otherwise, things are just kind of running around the cover fire the best he can. The Kovas is really up in my face, and so I definitely have to deal with it now. I can't just ignore it. The Soul Ward on the right, he got pretty close, so I'm going to want to try and kill him. But otherwise, he has a spell up on the ones on the left. So these guys are armor 19. So if he charges through, I'm needing to roll 8s. Yeah, I need to roll 8s just to kill these guys. So, you know, he can actually chance going through my cover fires pretty good. And then those Immortals hit pretty hard. So I got to be kind of worried about this. But I think I might have to take it on the chin. And either way, I really have to kill that Kovas before it kills me. So that's what I do. I don't want to really kill any of the ones on the left because I don't want to give them vengeance. But I was really targeting all the Immortals on the right. So the Rangers go up. They shoot down that Soul Ward and some of the Immortals. The right Stormwall moves up and does its shooting and cover fire. That allows Caine to get across and kill the Kovas. But unfortunately, the place I was at, I was still within reach of one of the other Immortals, so I couldn't shoot anymore. So I just had to kind of take off, and there you go. I actually tried doing an Arcane Bolt to somebody, but missed. That's the first time I've ever cast that spell with Caine. But he just gate crashes away, and then it's just really the left one that goes up there, tries to deal with some of these Immortals, but they're just too tough, and then just put some cover fire in the way. So still feeling pretty good. Didn't kill any more heavies or anything like that, but at least the right Immortals really messed up. And then his turn happens, and I had to say sorry. This is the second time I said sorry to him. First, I said sorry after the first game, and then his dice and my dice here just, it was stupid. So first, the guys on the right go. So they have Death March, so they get super good, like extra dice, but then they all die at the end of the turn. Well, they charge in. They're ready to really destroy or really mess up my right Stormwall, but they get crap dice. Like, he's rolling triple ones to hit and stuff like this and does minimal damage. So that, like, he does like a third of a Stormwall when he should have done like 2/3 or whatever, and it just sucked. Well, then the ones on the left go, and they're the ones that are really tough because they have the extra armor. I roll 9s over and over and over again, killing like 3 or 4 of his guys. I think it was 4 of them. So almost none of them get in to do charges, and he just does almost no damage there. So once he sees that, he knows things are over. Zal comes over to do some silly shenanigan thing, and we both know what's going to happen. So, yeah, really didn't even get to Caine. The Rangers go up. Pew, 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 and Zal goes down again. So, yeah, you know, normally this, I think, I mean, he has enough models that he could hide Zal a lot better than he did. But then again, I can also shoot through them pretty well as well, right? With my shots under the feet, getting the AoE kind of type of thing happening, I can shoot through the buffer to get to Zal. But yeah, this probably shouldn't have been as easy as it was. He just made a mistake in the first game, and then bad dice in the second one. All right, so we're down to the last game. This is up a guy named Kieran Trimby. Great fun guy. Always love to play against him. So this will be a great way to finish the tournament. And I just told him, you know what, buddy? You're doing Crix. I'm doing Caine. Take whatever you want. You probably know I'm going to do Caine, but he's my drop for Crix, and I just don't want to take out lots of models. So there you go. He decides between Gatsby 3 and what was his other one? Sturgis, that he goes with Gatsby 3. Don't really know what's the right choice between the two, but I'm feeling really good with this matchup. The scenario is first 1 to 5. There's kill box again. You get 1 for dominating the close flag, and then 1 for controlling the far flag, 2 for dominating. On his side there, he actually has kind of a crazy battle group where it's Gorsade 3 with his Vociferon guy, and he has a Ripjaw that's on the far right. He has a Slayer, he has a Cankerworm, and he has 2 of those flying guys, whatever they're called. He also has a Warwitch Siren, the Black Banes, Bane Knights with UA, and then Saxon and 2 Pistol Wraiths. So really, I mean, all of those ethereal, I can just shoot down, or incorporeal rather. I can shoot them down, not worried. The Banes, I can either just keep back with my cover fire or put on True Shot and shoot them all. So I'm actually feeling very confident here. And in fact, what I'm going to try and do is just hold them off. And even if I can get a spot to do an assassination, I'm not going to do it because I want to get second. The first tie breaks is control points, so I want to get as many control points as I can. So he gets first turn again. I always hate getting second turn, but it happens. Anyway, he just rushes up. He has mobility, which is a spell I forgot that Gaspy 3 has, and so his battle group really rushes up far on the left side. Other things rushing up pretty far too, but the best thing that I heard is like, wow, you know, especially because we were talking about the game previous, and he heard about how I just killed Zal twice. He's like, wow, I just don't want to die. So Gaspy 3 is specifically hiding from me. So remember, I wasn't planning to kill him anyway, so if he's going to hide from me, this is fantastic. So on my turn, I get lots of work done. I go up there and I shoot down 7 of his Black Banes and then Gate Crash back. So that was awesome. I go up, I put my cover fires, I put my pods out, and I realized he could get up and like dominate his own flag, but I'm okay with that. I can give up a couple of points, knowing that in the end, I can attrition enough off and then just hold things down with Stormwall. So not too worried. So on his turn, he's really just running up to the wall. The Black Banes are right in front of me. Yeah, on the left side, the battle group is kind of moving around. He has one of the flying jacks there that goes more to the center. And so really my plan now is I'm still not too worried. Okay, sorry, one more thing. A Pistol Wraith does Shadow Bind or whatever one of my right storm walls. So that's an issue. And also the other Pistol Wraith shot one of my Rangers, but that's actually great. So now my Rangers will kill the Pistol Wraiths, maybe a Bane or something too, and then I'm going to kill the last of the Black Banes, hopefully one of the other Jacks there, one of the lights, and then I'll be sitting pretty good with the attrition. So that's what I do. I move up, kill the 2 Pistol Wraiths. I'm able to kill one of the Banes. Otherwise, I get kind of lucky with a shot onto his Ripjaw and do some pretty awesome damage there from the Stormwall. Throw out a pod and covering fire. The left one does the same, landing a shot into the other Jack there and doing some pretty good damage. Caine, I get a little bit more aggressive with. So he's up there. He has a toe on the hill, so he is pretty good. But I use my shots to kill off the Banes and then also finish off that Jack. So feeling pretty good there. The left Rangers move up to try and deal with the other flying Jack and messed it up pretty good. I think it just has its movement left, like 3 boxes or something. But yeah, still looking pretty good. So on his turn, first of all, I didn't put my cover fires close enough together, so it gave him a gap to run through with his Bane. So that was kind of bad. So the Banes go flooding through and engaging and all that good stuff. And then Saxon goes up to the flag, and because I didn't have anything close enough, he's going to control on my flag and get a point, which is not something I really planned on. Again, he could have gone after his own flag to dominate, but he's so scared of Caine, he says, nope, I'm just going to stay fully camped and stay in the back. So that is fantastic. The pressure is off. He does come after me on the left, kills a couple of my Rangers, so losing a little bit there on the left, but he also moves over the Slayer into the cover. Now that he's so close, I'm pretty sure I can start clearing out a lot of these Banes, you know, start double podding. There's a lot of them very close, so I can hit multiple guys with pods, and then all the shooting or punching or electro leaps. So the Banes I'm expecting just to evaporate. What I want to kill then as well is kill that Slayer. If I can feat, and even though with the feat gone, I won't be scaring his caster anymore, if I kill that Slayer, he'll be out of a lot of options. So really, that's what I do. I go up and I move up my storm wall as much as I can. So first of all, I'm contesting the flag there, but then I just start dropping pods, shooting things that are around me. Maybe I should have gone for punches, but I wanted the cover fires to kind of block a little bit more. It turns out that was kind of useless. They didn't really do very well. But he starts making some tufts and things. The left storm wall moves up, does a shot into the Slayer, does some, I believe I hit to do some damage, but otherwise I do a pod and kill some more guys, more cover fire. And then Caine goes up after, you know, I ramp a ranger and all those things, get a bullet, and I feat and I kill that Slayer. So I also kill like another Bane or something, but he does have a few more Banes than I thought he would. I just did not work out the way I thought. But either way, that Slayer's gone, so I'm feeling pretty nice about that. So on his turn, he's going to come after my right storm wall. And yeah, he does some pretty good damage. He put his scything touch on, they charge over, and really mess up that storm wall. I'd say they kill 2/3 of it, maybe more, and so that hurt. But they don't kill it, so that's great. I can repair it. The Cankerworm runs behind me. That's not good. The Warwick Siren or whatever goes for a spray and fails. Actually, the Warwick Siren kills his own Jack, so that worked great for me. He was thinking about killing the Ranger that's up by him, but I told him if you kill the Ranger, I get to promote and actually use the other 2 Rangers, so I wouldn't do that if I were you. So he leaves that Ranger alive. And still, Gaspy does not want to go after his own flag because now with the storm wall there, he'd be within charge range. So, yeah, that's fantastic. I do not like the Cankerworm being behind me, but now I can really start cleaning things up. So that's what I do. Kill off, I believe, all but 1 Bane, I think. So that's really good. I repaired the storm wall. He does some good damage. I put the 2 focus onto the other storm wall, thinking that'd be enough to kill the Cankerworm, but it wasn't. I did a massive punch, took out no systems because of however it's set up, so that was pretty crazy. So Cankerworm's still behind me, so the Junior just had to run away, and then otherwise, yeah, potting and potting, all that good stuff, and yeah, just trying to grind him down. In fact, one of my worries now is that we're starting to run out of time. And so if he death clocks before I win my scenario, that would kind of suck. So on his turn, the Cankerworm goes after the Reinhold, but fails to hit with both attacks. So that was pretty nice. Yeah, I believe he has 1 Bane that goes after my storm wall, but now without Scything Touch on, they don't do very much. Gaspy goes up to his flag, so he's going to dominate. So it's going to be 0-2. And otherwise, that's pretty much it. He's kind of running out of models now. So on my turn, I can't allocate anything to the 1 storm wall, the pink one, because Junior's too far away. But that storm wall is just going to walk up and pod off the Siren to get rid of that. I'm going to repair my other storm wall. I gave it a few focus so it could kill that Cankerworm, and it does. And then Caine just walks up to the flag, shoots down all the other Banes, puts on Blur in itself, and now I'm starting to score. So I'm gonna control his flag because casters can't contest. And so my Squire is actually getting a point over there. I'm getting one here. So now it's 2-2. And just to keep the stupid chicken out of the way on the right, I just throw my Rangers around it. But it turns out I was really sloppy and gave it enough room to get out. And I thought even if he did that, I'd have enough free strikes to take it down. But yeah, it turns out that with his high defense and my low POW, it gets away and still has its Cortex. So he goes for the assassination with magic, fails. So I was going to dominate and control again. Because, I mean, he tries arcing over the Hex Blast. It misses. He tries another spell. It misses. So he says, okay, you're going to win, but beat me some way fun. So what I do is I allocate a couple to the Storm Wall, run over the Tinkerer, and then the Storm Wall does a double-handed throw and throws the Tinkerer into the Arc Node, which was contesting, so I would just score again and win. So there you go. I got the win there. So I end the day 3-1, 11 control points, and that was enough for second place. So that was great. All the games I enjoyed. Still kind of kicking myself for the second game with some mistakes made and stuff. And, you know, a little bit of dice, but still, you know, that game was really, really enjoyable. It was also nice, too, where all the players I played, you know, was something different. I didn't get any doubles. I got to see different things all the way through, and so that was fantastic. So second place, unfortunately, no trophy. Only first place got a trophy here, but really happy with the showing. And either way, I'd like to know what you guys thought of the list, different moves that you do better, and otherwise, yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.